welcome to Live at 4. We are on location at the No Bull CrossFit Games at the Alliant Energy Center. This is the field behind us that they were using earlier today.
Yeah.
Now they're all in the Coliseum.
That's right. This is where the main action usually takes place, and right now the setup team is setting up the pull-up bars
for tomorrow
for some future torture.
And we have a big screen here, right? And that's the audio you're watching. This is the feed of the game. This is what's going on inside the Coliseum right now. This is the fourth time the games have been here in Madison.
Yeah, it's so exciting to have them back. Of course, the games were on hiatus last year because of the pandemic, and this year that has thousands of fans flocking to the Alliant Energy Center to see the more than 600 athletes that are competing here this week. They're running, climbing, jumping, lifting.
Everything.
I mean, everything. It is really awe-inspiring, and they're hoping to win the title of Fittest on Earth and share in a sizable amount of prize money.
$2.5 million will be given away this weekend.
It's a good payday.
The honor being crowned, of course, the Fittest on Earth is what they're here for. We'll meet a couple of the special athletes competing this year coming up in the next hour.
Yeah, and we'll tell you everything you need to know if you want to come down to watch the games this weekend. We'll look at the impact having the games back after 2 years has on Madison and Dane County, and we'll introduce you to some of the most awe-inspiring athletes you will ever meet coming up this hour.
All right, let's take a look outside. Well, we are outside. Not a bad day today, kind of cloudy, but there is a chance for some thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. Austin is here in the, well, not here, he's in the backyard.
Wish you were here, Austin.
I'll look at the weather.
Hey, I'm glad you got to spend some time outdoors because it does feel fantastic out here. Now, there is quite a bit of cloud cover, as you said, and we are expecting that chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm for tomorrow. Even for today, especially in the evening hours, there is a small chance to actually see a passing shower. Not so much in terms of thunderstorm potential here for today, but it's 73 degrees and our dew points are in the mid-50s, so it actually feels very beautiful outside. But we are looking at air quality advisories here for a lot of our communities, especially out west, and it does look like these air quality advisories, especially in parts of Minnesota, a lot of that's actually going to linger until at least Tuesday, thanks to that wildfire smoke up north. So still some areas struggling here with reduced air quality, but our temperatures are looking fantastic. Cloud cover overhead really helping to keep down our temperatures overall. And the dew points, probably the best part about today, lower dew points. I mentioned yesterday how they were going to fall into the mid-50s. They were in the mid-60s yesterday, and we were talking low to mid-70s the day before, and that was the day that we saw those strong to severe thunderstorms as well. But our Doppler track now showing those lighter showers trying to squeak their way here into our southwestern communities. That is going to be a possibility over the next few hours, but if you do see some rainfall, expect it to be on the lighter side of things. Now for tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather, so make sure you stay tuned. I will have details on what to expect here for tomorrow, and of course, a peek at your extended forecast.
I'm glad we're here today rather than yesterday.
Exactly. I mean, it feels good to actually be in long sleeves for the first time in a long time.
I'm sure the athletes appreciate it too.
That's for sure. We have a lot more coming up from the CrossFit Games, but first, let's send it back to the newsroom. Brady Mallory has a look at the stories making news today. Brady?
Yeah, thank you, Susan. Well, the Dane County Sheriff has confirmed today what we've been waiting more than 2 weeks to hear. Krista Halderson's remains have been found. Her son Chandler already faces charges for murdering and dismembering his father, Bart Halderson. Naomi Coles joins us with more on what the sheriff revealed today. Naomi?
That's right. The human remains found earlier this month near Prairie du Sac were finally identified as Krista's. Like Bart's remains, hers were dismembered, and the DA will likely soon file more charges against Chandler. Chandler was seen on July 3rd in the area where Krista's remains were later found on July 14th. He reported his parents missing on July 7th, giving mixed and false information to police and others, including us, about where they had gone and whether he had heard from them. It's still an active investigation with no other suspects at this time.
We have kept the Halderson family in our thoughts and prayers throughout this investigation, and we extend our continued sympathies to them today. We ask that everyone allow them to grieve this tremendous loss with the utmost respect, dignity, and space.
We're also learning today that more human remains were found on the Haldersons' property this week. That's where authorities have continued to search, including a pond behind the home. This has been a developing story now for nearly a month, and you can find a detailed timeline on our website right now with a day-by-day breakdown of the investigation as it has progressed.
Naomi, thank you. In other news, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he's expanding a probe into the 2020 presidential election. In June, he signed contracts with 2 retired police detectives and a former Wisconsin Supreme Court justice to handle the investigation. But today, he enabled the Justice Special Counsel, which allows him to hire more full-time investigators. Vos says he hopes to finish the investigation in the fall. Breaking at 4, Dane County just hit the substantial COVID spread threshold, according to the CDC. Previously, Dane County was just in the moderate classification, and now it joins Rock, Sauk, and Columbia counties in the substantial category. Now, this means the CDC mask suggestions that were not applicable just one day ago are now so. That comes after Wisconsin recorded 1,058 new cases yesterday, the highest single-day total since the state reported 1,049 back on April 8th. With the Delta variant becoming more prevalent in Wisconsin, Rock County updated its mask guidance today. The new recommendation suggests everyone, regardless of vaccination status, wear a mask in indoor public settings. The county held a Facebook Live event with epidemiologist Nick Zupan to talk about the rates in the county. Well, he says this suggestion is more preventative than reactive, as they're worried about the more contagious Delta variant. Health officials warn the U.S. might have to change the way it's fighting the war against coronavirus. The Delta variant is driving up cases even among those who are vaccinated. Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
The CDC is warning of the dangers of the Delta variant, saying it's as contagious as chickenpox and more transmissible than the common cold. A recent outbreak in the popular tourist spot of Provincetown, Massachusetts, was linked to large public gatherings. The CDC says 346 fully vaccinated people were among the infected. Many tested positive for the Delta variant.
Vaccinated people who do have a breakthrough infection are clearly capable of transmitting the infection to an uninfected person.
The CDC says recent data on Delta prompted the agency to recommend everyone wear a mask in indoor public settings where cases are surging. The recommendation is meeting some opposition.
There will be no restrictions and no mandates in the state of Florida.
But Walmart is reversing its policy, now requiring all employees in areas with high infection rates to wear masks, regardless of vaccination status. Customers are encouraged to do the same.
The White House said Friday it recorded more than 500,000 new shots in arms, the highest number since the 1st of July.
We need everyone across the country to have the conversation with someone they know who is unvaccinated about getting the shot.
The CDC said Friday more than 8.9 million children have been vaccinated. And while mild to moderate reactions like arm pain, fever, or headache were common, serious illness was rare. Dr. Fauci says the vaccines could see full FDA approval, at least for adults, as soon as mid-August. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Israel is forging ahead with a booster shot to battle rising cases of COVID-19. This will be the largest test to see how a third dose works. Israeli officials are giving a third Pfizer shot to anyone over the age of 60 who was vaccinated more than 5 months ago. At least 300,000 people are eligible, including Yoram Muscat, who says he'd even get a 4th dose if needed.
The reasonable thing to do is to be vaccinated against the COVID-19.
Israel led the world's initial vaccine rollout, but it's finding signs its efficacy diminishes over time. Now countries will watch to see how giving a third shot works. Pfizer says its data shows the booster can greatly increase protection against the Delta variant. So far, the CDC says full doses of the current vaccines protect against severe disease from all common variants, including Delta. A bipartisan group of senators says it is close to finalizing the details of a $1 trillion infrastructure deal, and a vote on the Senate floor could come in a matter of days. But there are still questions about the Democrats' plan for the separate $3.5 trillion budget resolution. Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said the House will not take up the infrastructure bill until the Senate passes a separate Democratic budget resolution through the process known as reconciliation, which doesn't require Republicans' support.
We need to be transformative in terms of how we go forward with infrastructure investments and reconciliation bills that truly meet families' needs.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate remains on track to pass both the bipartisan bill and the budget resolution before lawmakers leave for August recess. Well, stocks ended lower on Wall Street, giving up their gains for the week. The S&P 500 still managed to end July higher, marking 6 monthly gains in a row, the longest such streak since 2018. The Dow Jones lost 0.4%, and the Nasdaq fell 0.7%. For the first time in almost 60 years, a couple of nuns were reunited with a piece of art they had made nearly a lifetime ago. It's a mosaic of Our Lady of Guadalupe. The shrine in Endeavor was made by Sister Joanne Daly and Kathleen Stagney in 1964 out of, get this, broken beer and whiskey bottles. It was a shrine originally built so seasonal migrant workers of Wisconsin could worship a familiar figure.
Because Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico is just honored by everyone, and that's where the main shrine is, because that's where the Blessed Mother appeared, to Juan Diego, who is in the mosaic.
Well, the hope is to make the shrine into a pilgrimage site for Catholics from all over the Midwest. Wow, that is beautiful. The Olympic Games are usually reserved for athletes at the top of their sport, but what if you tried to do the events all by yourself? Well, one British couple is trying to compete in every sport on the Tokyo schedule, from rhythmic gymnastics to pole vaulting to show jumping. Stuart Bates and Charlotte Nichols are competing in 49 sports, 96 events over 17 days by two self-proclaimed idiots. Now, this is all to raise money for a cure to Lou Gehrig's disease, also known as ALS. They're calling it the Spenny Olympics in honor of Bates's brother, Spencer, who was an Olympics superfan.
We'll carry on until there's a cure, until there are treatments. We'll keep doing things. If people want us to do the Winter Spenny Olympics or anything, we'll take things on.
Going for the gold in dozens of events only comes second to raising that money. And they've already received more than $40,000 in donations. Yet another tribute for a beloved brother by two amateur athletes with Olympic-sized hearts. And so far, they've finished 30 events, and they still have a little more than a week to go. Well, speaking of sports, let's go back to Mark and Susan at the CrossFit Games. Are we going to see any moves from you two out there?
This is it.
Yeah, there you go. Let's try to do one event here. I don't think we could.
Great. Those people are doing all the Olympics. All right,
Brady, thank you.
When we come back, we're going to get the history of the CrossFit workouts and what it takes for these athletes to rise to this level.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey to get here, a very inspiring one. And we'll meet one CrossFitter who's not only happy to be here, she is happy to be alive. We'll share her inspiring story when Live at 4 continues on location from the CrossFit Games.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's Power Swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The Power Swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used Power Swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with Power Swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power Swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking
coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Cabinet, handled. Air, conditioned. Lawn, mowed. Get started on your next home project at Angie.com or download the Angie mobile app today. Make your home an Angie home. Angie, and done.
How has Apartments.com helped more renters get into new homes than any other site? By working tirelessly to design 3D virtual tours that are so realistic, it actually feels like you're there. But that's all thanks to Ted, a man who possesses an innate understanding of dimension. Ted?
Sorry, I was in the zone. Also, my name is Brian.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place. Oh!
4 seconds. It has been 2 years since we've seen and heard all the excitement we're experiencing in Madison this weekend.
Yeah, the games haven't been here since 2019. The games were mostly virtual last year because of the pandemic. A small number of athletes competed in California, but this time around, the games are pretty much back to normal, and it is so great to see. Andrew Weinstein is the head of communications and public policy for CrossFit. Andrew, nice to see you.
Great to see you.
Welcome to Madison. This is your very first CrossFit
My very first games, my first visit to Madison, and I'm having an incredible time.
What's it been like for you?
Well, it's been great. I mean, they assemble an entire city basically out of nothing here. Thousands of athletes and volunteers and fans and partners, and it is a blast to be part of it.
Before the games started coming to Madison, I don't think a lot of people knew about CrossFit. What's the history of the organization and the sport?
Sure, CrossFit's about 20 years old, and the games actually started in 2007. It was almost a barbecue event in a little town called Aromas, California, on a ranch owned by the current actual head of the games, Dave Castro, his family's ranch. And they brought together a couple hundred athletes, mostly from the area, who were interested in having a little bit of a demonstration of their athletic skill. And from there, it snowballed into a global phenomenon. Yeah. And within just a handful of years, it had moved to California to full professional arenas, thousands of fans in the stands, and athletes in 100+ countries competing to be on the field.
Well, you know, in Madison alone, there are 13 CrossFit gyms just in our community. What does it take to get to this level, to get to the CrossFit Games?
An insane amount of hard work and natural skill and, you know, dedication and mental toughness and a willingness to literally march through fire to be the best. Because these people are incredible athletes, and they train often for 6 or 8 hours a day.
It's their full-time job.
This is their job. Full-time job. And beyond that, because of the nature of the sport, as your viewers probably know, there's no single thing you can do to prepare. You have to be good at everything. You have to be able to, I mean, as folks are right now, do everything from lifting weights to running to climbing ropes to flipping huge things over and carrying heavy weights and swimming and kayaking and on and on and on. Almost anything that the imagination can come up with to test your fitness could be part of the CrossFit Games in any given year.
How many people do you start with and then you end up here? A couple 100,000?
Oh, it's amazing. So the CrossFit season begins with the Open every year, and starting in March. 264,000 people worldwide in 150+ countries all took part in the Open this year. And we do it across divisions. So the top athletes compete in the 18 to 35 division, and we also have two teenage divisions. We have 18 divisions for what we call masters athletes, who are older athletes athletes competing, and this year, for the first time, we have 3 men's and 3 women's adaptive athlete divisions, which is something we're super excited about. We had the podium ceremony yesterday, and it was unbelievable.
We're going to have a story on that in just a second.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Jumping ahead.
Welcome to Madison. Congratulations. Well, spectacular event.
Well, thank you so much. We're delighted to be here. It's something I'll tell you, when I talk to people who are involved with CrossFit about why we like Madison so much, what everyone says is that CrossFit, everywhere you go, has this feeling of a small town community. People spread out from around the world, millions of people involved, but when you get together in a room full of CrossFitters, it feels like you're at home with your family, and that's what Madison feels like to us. So we're so happy to be here.
We hope you stay a long, long time.
Well, thank you. And if anyone is interested, come on out this weekend. I think we still have some festival passes available, and it's a lot of fun.
Andrew, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Enjoy your time.
Thank you.
And CBS Sports will air the finals right here on Channel 3, Sunday from 1 to 3. And for tickets to the CrossFit Games, go to their website, Ticketmaster.com, or the Ticketmaster app. Well, a core value of the CrossFit community is making it accessible to everyone, and that includes athletes with disabilities.
As Andrew was just saying, this year marks the first time that adaptive athletes have the opportunity to compete in their own divisions here at the CrossFit Games.
We met one of those athletes who proves anything is possible.
All right, folks.
This is the first year that we've had an adaptive division, and I've been doing CrossFit for 4 years, and we really didn't think that there would ever be an adaptive division here, so it's pretty awesome to be a part of it.
43-year-old Beth Tanid is an adaptive athlete from Mystic, Connecticut, competing in her very first CrossFit Games.
Adaptive athletes are people with permanent impairments, so we have a group of uppers here, lowers, and neurological athletes, but we also have divisions that are seated in wheelchairs and sensory, so visually, and hearing impaired, short stature, so they just didn't have enough registration this year to make it, but hopefully in future years we'll see more divisions here.
Beth has overcome incredible odds to make it to the Games. 23 years ago, when she was just 20 years old, Beth's car was hit broadside by a tractor trailer. She spent 10 days in a coma.
I almost lost my leg, so I shattered my femur, lost a bunch of bone and muscle, so I'm missing about a third of my quadriceps, and I also can't bend my leg and have nerve damage in my leg.
A lot of people, I think a lot of people might have said, well, that's that, not you.
No, I ran a lot before my car accident, and that was kind of my mode of exercise, not something that was really easy to get back to, so I started kind of just lifting weights, and then my friend was like, you should try CrossFit. I was like, I can't do CrossFit, like I'm too impaired for that, and went to my local gym, and they welcomed me, and then I found the adaptive CrossFit community, and here I am.
Beth says the CrossFit community saved her life by giving her no excuses to stop moving.
There's a gentleman that does a lot of programming for us. His name is Chris Stoutenberg. He lives in Canada, and pretty much, you know, whatever your impairment is, he doesn't care. He's like, you can figure out a way, and we'll figure out a way. So just made me realize how much your mind puts limitations on you, and how your physical body is able to do a lot more than you think.
Adaptive athletes use their love of training as motivation and inspiration, spreading a message of strength and inclusivity to everyone who sees them hard at work.
Why is this so important to you?
I think it's important for adaptive athletes to be a part of the CrossFit community. We've been doing, you know, we're welcomed into our local boxes, and for us to actually have a space here at the Games is unreal. We really thought that you know, our own little adaptive competitions, those were all that we were going to get. So being here and being like the flagship year of having adaptive at the CrossFit Games it's like a dream come true.
10 seconds, athletes.
So she's amazing. amazing, isn't she?
Absolutely incredible.
Some of the biggest applause and cheers of this entire event is happening in the adaptive division. People are giving them standing ovations and just going crazy.
Listen to this. This week, a competitor in the upper extremity division lifted 525 pounds. And Susan said that people on their feet in the Coliseum.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, you can't mention the CrossFit Games without going rogue.
That is the name of the company that is one of the major sponsors, supplies all of the hardware for the games. We'll take a tour of the display they set up coming up right after Austin's weekend forecast.
Shop the summer savings sale at Grand Appliance for the area's lowest prices, plus an extra $200 back on top brands exclusively at Grand. Save on thousands of in-stock options like this Bosch Ultra Quiet dishwasher for just $5.98, or this Samsung front-load washer for just $6.98. Shop online at grandappliance.com or at your local Grand showroom for these great deals and more. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor. Call 1-800-886-8411.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra! No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
A great night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Sleep up to 8 degrees cooler on the next generation Tempur-Pedic Breeze with super breathable cooling technology that moves heat away from your body. Get a queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress for only $67 per month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month special financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and free delivery. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Well, take a look at this. You're watching Starboy.UK, also known as Cyrus, doing pull-ups on the edge of this rock formation at Zion National Park in Utah. He also works on his core by hanging onto a branch over the ledge of a different part of the park. Cyrus has been invited to be on the American Ninja Warrior show, and this is part of his training. He'd fit right in here.
I was just going to say that. We give that boy a ticket to Madison.
I'm not sure he could deadlift 500 pounds, but
I don't know. I bet he could. What a view. Wow.
Pretty athletic. All right, Austin.
Oh, man, that's extremely impressive.
What is your specialty here?
My specialty? It's just getting through the forecast and barely losing my breath. I wouldn't be able to last in the CrossFit Games. I do what I can, but hey, outdoors today, it is a very nice day for most, but we are looking at that chance for a possible shower here later on, and also a chance for some storm activity tomorrow. I'll break down everything you need to know for the week ahead coming up.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years.
President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best kitchen and bath design, best roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
For Deb, living with constipation with belly pain was the same old story for years. Trying this, doing that, spending countless days right here. Still came the belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Awful feelings she kept sugarcoating. Finally, with the help of her doctor, it came to be that her symptoms were all signs of IBS-C. And that's why she said yes to adding Linzess. Linzess is not a laxative. It helps you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and is proven to help relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Could your story also be about IBS-C? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And welcome back. We do have a pretty nice look outside right now, but there's still a lot of cloud cover overhead, and that's going to be here for most of the rest of the daytime hours for today. But warmer temperatures for tomorrow. Saturday, we do have a thunderstorm chance, especially in the afternoon and evening hours, mainly to the north of Madison as well. But I will have a better breakdown of that in just a moment or two. But little rain is really expected for next week, so the showers and storms that are potentially arriving for tomorrow, and even that shower chance later on today, that's pretty much what we're looking at for rain chances over these next few weeks. But overall, air quality advisory, touching on this one more time, it has actually been expanded all the way through noon Sunday. So air quality is expected to be on the decline for quite a while here. So do keep that in mind. Might not be a bad idea to mask up before you do go outside. That does help with the particulate matter overhead. But here are some of those lighter showers that we actually are seeing down to our southwest. We're not looking at storm activity. These will be on the lighter side of things. Even if you do see those showers actually reaching the ground, a lot of us aren't going to actually see this. But this is what we're looking at here just out to our west. Not really a lot of thunder and lightning, no strong storms, but one or two of those showers could make their way here into our area locally. Now, you look at our severe weather outlook for Saturday, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather. Earlier this week, we were looking at a moderate risk, which was a category 4 out of 5, according to the Storm Prediction Center. This is 1 out of 5 on their scale, so not quite as intense. We're not looking at widespread strong to severe thunderstorms, but we are looking at that potential to see a strong to severe isolated thunderstorm. Now, you take a look at our future track, a pretty nice start to the day. Temperatures crank up to those lower 80s, but then you see those showers and storms up to our north. As they make their way down south, a lot of models are not showing this actually staying as it does move through our area. But a few other models are still showing that possibility to see 1 or 2 of those stronger storms to make their way through the area. And you can see here, we're not going to see the widespread storms, but there is that potential to see 1 or 2 of those storms becoming strong to possibly severe. Rain chances will be on the lower side of things, 10-20% chance here for most of these days. Tomorrow we are looking looking at that 30% chance. But you look at our temperatures currently, it feels great outside right now with those lower to mid 70s. And your extended forecast, that's going to show a lot of sunshine. Beautiful days expected for both Sunday and Monday. A little bit warmer here by the time we reach Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as those temperatures do continue to rise here for next week.
All right.
All right, Austin, it's the 12-ounce curls that you compete in. When you drink a beer, that's what I meant, not the 5-inch curls.
That's something else.
That's something else.
All right, Austin, thank you.
All right, Austin, thank you.
Well, one of the first things you see when you enter the Alliant Energy Center is a big black tent right in the heart of the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It is one of the biggest sponsors of the Games, Rogue Fitness. Rogue Fitness is the company that makes all of the strength and conditioning equipment that all of the athletes are competing with here. And we took a look inside to check it out. So, Paul, what is this big Rogue tent that you see when you come into the CrossFit Games?
This is the big Rogue tent. That's exactly what it is. People can come and try out the equipment that the athletes are actually using this week.
What kinds of equipment does Rogue make?
All of it. It goes all the way from the pull-up rigs and all the stations that you see here at the games as well in the North Field. You see the big Zeus rig, the big apparatus there that people are climbing on. Also, all the barbells, all the dumbbells, the lifting, the vests, everything you need for CrossFit.
You know, it's hard to imagine you could make barbells and weights look cool. But look at all the colors.
That goes a little bit with the Olympic weightlifting sport as well. Like you'll have different colors for different weights. So when you're watching it on TV or you're watching it someone in your gym, you can, if you see the green, you know what it weighs.
There's the jump ropes.
Right. I'm pretty sure, I'd have to check my facts here, but I'm pretty sure that that Rogue actually started by Bill Henninger making jump ropes.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Rogue and CrossFit have a long relationship.
Absolutely, yeah, since the beginning. So they were CrossFit fans, and you know, they started the company to make specific equipment for CrossFit, and they've evolved into a company that does everything, and everything fitness related. Typically, you would call this the pull-up rig, the rig station that most CrossFit gyms are going to have all around the world. So it's almost like our staple in our methodology, in our sport, when you open up a CrossFit gym. And here, it's designed so that you can do squatting, but you can also use it as a pull-up station to do toes-to-bar, gymnastics movements, bar muscle-ups, pull-ups, all the stuff that you need to do. This is one of the best pieces of equipment that you can have. If you're not at a gym and you're just looking for something at home to work out with, get yourself a pair of just plain old dumbbells, and there's so many things that you can do with that at home.
Why is it so beneficial?
Because it's simple. It doesn't take a lot of room. It can just sit in the corner of your kitchen if you want it to be. And there's a lot of movements that you can do with that. Squats, overhead movements, thrusters, lots of stuff.
Put in perspective for me how long they've been working at this and what it takes to get from a CrossFit gym membership to the actual CrossFit Games.
Well, that could vary, but it's going to take years. Consider this as the Super Bowl of our sport. These are professional athletes. Most of them who qualify as individuals in the elite, it's their full-time job. They train full-time, 5, 6, 7 hours a day.
How many people participated in the Open to qualify?
So the Worldwide Open that is at the beginning of the year in the first part of the selection process, there's about 280,000 people signed up.
And how many athletes are at these games?
40 men, 40 women, and then you have the teams as well, and then age groups. There's a lot of athletes competing, but the actual elite and the main event, if you want, 40 men, 40 women.
80 out of 280,000. Boy, that puts it in perspective. This is Olympic level competition.
Absolutely.
That's 40 men and 40 women competing for the fittest on Earth.
Right, on Sunday.
But that really puts it in perspective. And Rogue Fitness is an amazing story in itself. It started in 2007, 14 years ago, in a garage. And 14 years later, the company has 900 employees, and it sponsors, in addition to the CrossFit Games, some of the biggest fitness competitions in the year, of the world.
And Paul, who you just met in that story, is a former CrossFit competitor himself and a CrossFit representative from Canada.
Yeah.
So he knows of which he speaks.
And all of that stuff in the tent is for sale. So if you can't be a CrossFit athlete, at least you can look like one.
You can have the equipment to hang your clothes on.
That's right.
Good laundry hamper. Coming up next before, we'll talk with Ellie Westman-Chin about the economic impact of the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, it's a huge back after 2 years. And then coming up tonight at 5, the National Weather Service is in Dane County surveying potential tornadoes. We'll have that story live from the site coming up next hour at 5.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
Tonight at 5, the search for a missing Dane County woman is over. Nearly a month after she was reported missing by her son. And now another homicide charge is being recommended against him.
Hazy skies from wildfire smoke will continue through tonight. Tomorrow will be a little warmer with a chance of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. Sunday will be sunny and cooler. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, we'll have the latest on how many tornadoes hit the state during this week's storms. Hear from survey teams from the National Weather Service tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, after a year when many gyms were forced to close because of the pandemic, having the games back in Madison is significant in many ways.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. More than 10,000 fans are expected here.
Every day.
Yeah, to watch the CrossFit competition over 6 days. Ellie Westman-Chin is the president and CEO of Destination Madison. Ellie, welcome to Live at 4.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
good
for having
see
me.
you.
Yes.
All of those people need to eat and get a drink. Some of them need hotel rooms. It's got to be very good news to have the games back in Madison.
It really is, and it's so much fun seeing the athletes all over town. And you know what's great about these athletes are they're definitely going to our restaurants and our shops and experiencing Madison on our bike trails, but they're also going to our grocery stores and they're getting gas. So this kind of goes further out than just our restaurants and our shops, which is great economic impact for the city as a whole.
I imagine it's night and day between last year and this year.
Yeah, it really is. It's exciting to have an event event back.
This is the biggest event at the Coliseum since last spring.
Right, it is. Yeah. Since COVID hit. That's exactly right.
So great to have it back.
It does.
But we're not out of the woods with COVID yet, unfortunately. The athletes are under very strict COVID protocols. You do not need to be vaccinated in order to come as a spectator, but because of the new CDC guidelines, you do have to wear a mask if you're going to the indoor events. Is that right?
That is correct. CrossFit has taken COVID very seriously, and their protocols are pretty tough. So definitely, if you're going in the Coliseum, bring a mask and mask up, because they want to keep not only the spectators safe, but the athletes safe, and all of the many volunteers. They're using over 650 volunteers while they're here. Wow. So across the board, they want to make sure everybody stays safe.
Did you have communication with the CrossFit people before they came about the situation here?
Daily, almost.
Really?
Yes, we were in constant contact with them because we wanted to make sure that we understand what their protocols were going to be, what their needs were going to be, and what their athletes were going to be doing, so we could make sure that our locals knew that, as well as our elected officials.
How much could you put a number figure on what the economic impact might be for us?
Yes, in the past, the economic impact for this week alone has been about $12 million.
Wow.
And that goes beyond restaurants and hotels.
Yes, yeah, because of just the bigger reach that they have while they're here.
A little setback with COVID, but it looks like eventually we're going to get there.
We are going to get there. You know, we definitely are on the road to recovery from a tourism perspective, and we're seeing great information about leisure travel coming back. So slowly but surely, we're going to get back to those pre-COVID numbers.
Well, congratulations on another successful event. Ellie, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Ellie. Thank you so much. Enjoy the games.
Thank you.
Well, athletes here at the games range in age from 14 to 71 and compete in various age groups.
Can you imagine that? It's incredible. When we come back, we'll meet one athlete who took up CrossFit a little later in life. We'll find out what inspired the 62-year-old to compete at the games when Live at 4 continues on location from the Alliant Energy Center.
This is your last chance to score Black Friday deals in July at Ashley Home Store. Find doorbusters at Black Friday discounts of up to 60% off, plus no interest for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Must end Tuesday. Only at Ashley Home Store.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
I'm so glad you're okay, Sergeant Houston. This is Sam with USAA. Do you see the tow truck?
Yes, thank you. That was fast.
Sergeant Houston never expected this to happen, or that her grandpa's dog tags would be left behind. But that one call got her a tow and rental, paid her claim, and we even pulled a few strings, making it easy to make things right. That's what we're made for. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Get a quote today.
Forecast, plenty of sunshine through today with season.
Rush Hour will never feel the same. Experience thrilling performance from our entire line of vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. See Lexus of Madison.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Why O-Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor. O-Cedar Easy Ring removes over 99% of bacteria, even with just water. Easy and truly clean floors. O-Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I didn't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy Prep Cook and Clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Black Friday in July must end Tuesday at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to half off appliance doorbuster deals like these. Plus no interest for 12 months. Black Friday and July deals must end Tuesday at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
And welcome back. We are seeing a slowdown right now. Northbound on the Beltline right now, right at around exit 253 on Old Sauk Road. That's where we do have reports of an accident. 2 lanes are currently closed northbound as well. Again, right around exit 253. We're also looking at some slowdowns as well and other parts of the Beltline that are usually pretty slow at this point in the day.
Here's Mark on a Saturday.
Look at this.
How do they do that? Look at that. Going up and down the stairs in a handstand. Wow.
Unbelievable. All right, more than 600 elite athletes from around the world are here battling for both the $2.5 million in prize money and bragging rights as the fittest person on the planet.
Now, when you think of a typical CrossFit athlete, you probably have a stereotype in your mind. You know, 24.
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, there is no typical CrossFit athlete. They come in all ages, all shapes and sizes.
And case in point, Konrad Kaufmann from Zurich, Switzerland. This is his first CrossFit competition. He's 62 years old.
Everything is new to me.
You're 62. You're on the older end of this spectrum.
Absolutely.
How did you prepare for this?
Oh, like, you know, I do CrossFit for like 4 last years. I did that at first. I did just gym stuff, just normal gym stuff. And then I found, during a holiday in Mallorca, I found this passion, this new passion, and it left me never since.
Konrad didn't discover CrossFit until later in life, and he found it quite by accident.
It's like I've been playing ice hockey. That was my former sport. Like when I was young, I played a lot of ice hockey until 30, and then I did like tennis a lot. And then I had, with 52, I had 2 hip implants. And ever since, all the sport that I did before, I couldn't do that well again. Because of just the movement is different. And then I found CrossFit, and it's like a new challenge. You know, it's everything new. You can get better any day. You work on it. You see your weight's going up. Your time is going down that you need for certain workouts. So it's just fantastic, and it's very motivating.
It's a motivation that is very obvious as Konrad competes in the rope climb barbell deadlifts. You have to complete 5 rounds in under 6 minutes. Remember, he's 62.
I would also say for a lot of older people, even older than I am, it's very good because it keeps yourself moving, it keeps yourself responsible. I mean, just when you have to take something out of a cupboard which is low on the floor and you can't get down, what do? I mean, then you have to have help from somebody else. So why don't train and do that for all of your life yourself? My first goal always is not getting injured, you know, that I can continue to train. That's priority number 1. Also here. If I feel something is wrong or doesn't work, I stop because I don't want to get injured and then like 6 months being out and just hang around and do nothing, you know, like being on the couch and eat chips.
Something tells us that's not going to happen. Konrad says his time in Madison so far has been nothing but inspiring.
And even today, they were cheering me on the run. A lot of other people called, "Hey, Konrad, go!" that I haven't ever seen before. They knew my first name, so I mean, it's just a very, very awesome experience.
Welcome to Madison.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. I can use all of it.
16th in the men's 60 to 64 division.
He came in 2nd place in the rope climb, the ski erg, well, of course, he's from Switzerland, and the sandbag carry event.
Right on this
He
field.
is amazing.
He really is. 62. Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
You can see street corner behind him cheering on his teammate there in the purple shirt.
He's here! He's here!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Free installation on window siding and doors ends Saturday. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Looks like it's time to trade.
Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
To all the pet project starters, weekend gardeners, rollover artists, and kitchen a la cartists, there's a new lifestyle destination for your next inspiration. Bam! Dabble. Go there. Do that.
Save hundreds on appliance packages during the summer savings sale at Grand Appliance. Get deals the big box can't beat, like this Frigidaire 4-piece package with self-cleaning range and counter depth refrigerator for just $22.38. Or this LG 4-piece package with air fry convection range and counter depth refrigerator for just $37.48. Shop in-store or online at grandappliance.com for these and more. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Hey folks, Saturday morning we will update the rain chances this weekend in Madison's certified most accurate forecast, and we'll provide the latest on the Delta variant as communities prepare for the spread. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
Enhanced risk to see those strong storms.
When severe storms roll through southern Wisconsin overnight Wednesday.
You should be in a safe area immediately.
News 3 Now and First Warn Weather kept you informed with team coverage. Trust First Warn Weather, committed to keeping you safe and ahead of the storm.
Well, welcome back. Taking one final look at your 7 to 10 day forecast. We do have that chance for an afternoon or evening shower or storm tomorrow. Other than that, we're looking at very low rain chances for the next 10 days overall. Temperatures will cool down here Sunday and Monday, mid-70s with lower humidity as well, so it's going to feel pretty good. And make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.